Hello everybody, this is Miss Cress, and today I'm going to read you the story Simon's Hook, a story about teases and put-downs. Written by Karen Burnett and illustrated by Lori Barrows. It was a bad hair day for Simon. First his sister lost her gum. Then she found it in his hair. When she tried to fix it, she went snip, snip, and a big chunk of his hair was gone. He grabbed his hat and ran outside, hoping that nobody would see. And no one did see, until Simon fell and lost his hat. That's when Joey yelled, "What happened to your hair?" Everyone turned to look. "Who cut it?" Nicole asked. "What did they use, a lawnmower?" Miguel said as he laughed. "Hey, lawnmower head," Joey said. Simon grabbed his hat and started to leave. "I've got to go home," he said as he stomped away. "I've got chores to do." "Don't forget to cut the lawn," said Nicole. Everybody laughed. Everyone except Simon. Simon ran and ran. He ran until he couldn't see his friends anymore. "Why do they make fun of me?" he yelled. "Why don't they just leave me alone?" Simon was so mad he didn't see Grandma Rose until he ran into her. "Whoa," she cried. "What's the hurry?" "I'm going home," cried Simon. "Why?" asked Grandma Rose. "What's wrong?" "I'm having a bad day," said Simon. "A bad hair day." "What's wrong with your hair?" she asked. Simon took off his hat. "Oh," said Grandma Rose, "I see." Simon told her about the gum and the kid and her sister's haircut, and he told her what happened at the park. "That's too bad," she said. "Yeah, and they'll tease me again," said Simon, "and I don't know what to do about it." Grandma Rose shook her head. "You do have a problem." Then she asked him something really strange. "But why do you bite?" "Bite?" cried Simon. "I didn't bite anybody." No, that's not what I mean. I know you didn't bite anyone," she said. "What I mean is, well, wait here. I'll be back in a minute." Grandma Rose disappeared into her garage. When she returned, she was wearing a fishing outfit. On the end of her fishing line was a piece of paper. What's she doing? First she talks about biting, now she's going fishing? "You see, Simon," Grandma Rose said as she cast out her line, "when people tease you, it's like they're throwing out a hook and seeing if you'll chase it and bite." "Oh," Simon said as he watched the hook fly through the air. "Now I see what you're doing. This is a lesson." "That's right," said Grandma Rose with a wink. "It's a fishing lesson." "Today they made fun of your hair," she said, as she dangled the hook in front of Simon. "They called you lawnmower head, and you bit." "I sure did," he said. "Well then," said Grandma Rose, "grab the hook." Grandma Rose pulled Simon around the patio. "I've caught you," she said. "You're not a free fish anymore." "But what else can I do?" cried Simon as he flew through the yard. Grandma Rose put her fishing pole aside and sat down. "Well, I know a story that might help," she said. "It's a fish story. Would you like to hear it?" "Sure," said Simon. Grandma Rose took a sip of lemonade and began to talk. Once upon a time, there was a famous fishing spot. People came from miles around to tease the fish with their hooks. When the fish bit, the people would reel them in. Many fish were caught. "You look weird. Na, you can't get me. Droopy eyes." Fish watched as their friends were caught. Soon there would be no fish left. They had to learn how to not bite, and they had to learn fast. So they talked to the older fish. They talked to the sea creatures too. They asked questions, they took notes, they studied hooks, and they learned. Instead of biting, see, they came up with a list. Let's see what it is. The first idea they had was to do very little or nothing. Don't react to the hooks. Why chase hooks? Just ignore them and stay free. Hooks are no big deal unless you make them a big deal. The second idea they had was to agree with the hooks. The third idea was to distract the fishermen and change the subject. "Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's..." The fourth idea was to laugh or joke about the hooks. And the fifth idea was to stay away, swim in another part of the sea. Now the fish don't bite. They don't even chase the hooks. Grandma Rose leaned back and smiled. And that's how the fish learned to stay free, she said. Simon thought. He thought about the hooks in the fish. He thought about how the fish learned to not bite. Then he said, they can tease me all they want. I won't bite. I'm going to be a free fish too. Good for you, said Grandma Rose. Simon jumped up and ran to the playground. He couldn't wait for someone to say something about his hair. He didn't have to wait long. As Simon ran up, someone yelled, "Hey, Lawnmower Head is back." "Yep, I'm back," said Simon. Sounds like he agreed. "How's the hair?" Miguel asked. "It's still on my head," said Simon. "At least what's left of it." Simon and Miguel laughed. "Did you mow the lawn?" Nicole asked. "No way," Simon cried. "It might end up looking like this," he said, pointing to his head. Now everyone laughed. He did a good job of making a joke there. "Come on, let's play," said Joey as he threw Simon the ball. And Simon was a free fish. The end.